shout out my guy. You know how I feel about Dustin Poirier. That's I've always got love for him. What a career! If it is his final fight, what a career to Dustin, man. I love him. He's like fighter, one of the best well-rounded guys. That's entertaining, and I hope he goes into the sunset like in peace, and he doesn't feel the need to come back at a later point. I hope he just like, if this is it, let it be it. Apart from, if Conor loses and Conor wants that full fight, take that cash out, man.
Hey there, folks. Another podcast for you guys. UFC 302. And a big question going into this, man. Islam defeats Dustin Poirier in the 5th round. And a big question is Islam the greatest lightweight that ever lived? Or is it too early to say? What do you think, Ray, man? Let's just go straight into it.
Let's go.
What's your thoughts, man?
Because we're dealing with a lot of hypotheticals,
yes, yeah,
let Islam beat the record first before we say it. I understand why people are saying it. It's fully valid, and you could say arguably the most competitive division ever is the lightweight division, because the fact that the record for defenses is 3,
yes,
you know how elite that division is. From obviously, I think is BJ Penn, Benson Henderson, and Habib are the only people that have 3 defenses. So I'd say obviously Islam's 2 is like 2 against Volk, 1 against Dustin in a very good fight. And his next fight, if he gets through his next fight, then yes, I would agree he should be allowed to go up to welterweight to try a fight for Leon's belt. But Arman Saryukian is a tough fight. And from his last win, when we were discussing the UFC 300, he might be the chosen one to get the best out of Islam and might be able to beat him. So that's the fight where if he beats him in a convincing way, he's earned to be called the best lightweight ever.
100%, man, 100%. But right before that, let's kind of break down the fight a little bit, man. I was very surprised at Dustin's performance, man. I think leading into this, everyone in the group chat was like, man, Dustin, man, I hope he wins. But we kind of had this in the back of our mind, that he's probably going to get slept or he's going to get submitted early. And he didn't, man. He did a really good job. The first round.
You lot said that. I had unwavering hope for Dustin. Let's not do that. You lot.
I still thought he had a chance, but the more I think about it, I'm like, man, am I just being too emotional? As you know, I get, man, before big fights.
I was emotional too. I thought, obviously, it's like a lot of people, including myself, thought that Islam would win. It's the manner in which people were saying that Islam was going to win was just like,
what did they say?
Well, you guys were even saying about.
I thought 3rd round submission, and I was like,
I didn't. I knew that if Dustin was going to lose, it wasn't going to be as early as a round or 2. He's too good for that, and it's just unfortunate for him that he just happens to be fighting in an era where 3 of the greatest lightweights fought, because that is the best fighter to not win a belt. He literally is. Yeah. But sorry, I derailed what he was getting. Apologies.
No, it's all good, man. I mean, I just feel like Dustin did a lot better. What I was really impressed with, and more so than anything else, I was super impressed with Islam striking. I know he's got less to worry about in a way, and I'll explain this in a bit. What I mean by that is, Islam doesn't have to worry about Dustin shooting in for takedowns, right? So in order for that, because of that, he can keep his stance very traditional. He keep his hands high, very boxing kind of stance, and he wasn't worried about the takedown whatsoever. Because of that, he was a bit more defensively sound, and he was able to land like more cleaner shots on Dustin. I was really impressed with Islam, man. I'm like, holy fuck. Having said that, Dustin, he showed that grit. He showed that dog. He was still trying to show that he was still trying to land that right hand. He threw a beautiful elbow on Islam, man. But it is what it is, man. I think this is the ceiling for Dustin, man. He can't perform higher than this. But I'm not sad about it, man. Like he's had an amazing career and he's a great fighter as well.
Listen, man, to even, do you know what's, it's annoying because with Dustin, it's like, even what you're saying, I know you're giving him credit, but to those that may not watch it or may not live in the moment, it just doesn't describe just how epic a fighter Dustin is, because he's fought the who's who. He's beaten a list of who's who. What did they call it? The trifecta of violence, where he beat
man.
Eddie Alvarez,
Eddie Alvarez, Justin Gaethje. Who's the other guy? Max Holloway.
It's crazy. Conor as well. And then even the fact that going into BSD fight, I was telling everyone like, nah, Dustin's got it, and he went out there and he showed me. He reminded everyone, and he showed me why I have faith in him. And this fight, the fact that, if for the people that have fought or watched the sport for a long time, you would know cases where fighters getting out. And what I mean by getting out is when the going gets tough, they got opportunities to like
quit.
They might be fighting off a submission, but then because they get tired and they mentally break, they'll just give the submission away and so they can get out of the fight. Dustin was in so many troublesome spots throughout the fight, and he just kept on going. He stood in the pocket. He tweaked his knee at one point, kept on going. Man. His eye got busted. No, his nose got busted. Kept on going. And even to the last, I think the fourth round was contested. Some people gave it to Dustin. Some people gave it to Islam.
No, it was definitely Dustin's, man. Give it that one to Dustin,
but for sure. The fact that even the testament to the man, because the fourth round, he went out there and he's still going for it. And then the fifth round is like, what was so upsetting about it, he made the adjustment in that his team kept on saying, do not stand on the cage. He cannot get you. You can't get the double leg in the middle of the octagon. And his takedown defense was amazing. But the ankle pick that Islam done into the dash choke is a thing of beauty. If I don't to those people that's into like Team AK's YouTube content from a few years back, when the whole Dagestani lot were training at AK with Daniel Cormier.
That was common. They would do the foot sweep, isn't it?
No, but he done it with the wrist. I think it's called Russian tie snap. So similar to, obviously, instead of the ankle, he'll swing. He'll grab someone's wrist and then swing it. Like, what is it like? It's like he pulls it out, then swings it in. And I remember he done it on a YouTube clip, because I remember I saw that move. I'm like, I know I've seen him do that before. Then I went down a YouTube rabbit hole and I saw the clip and I said, oh, like, because the double leg, I think Cormier was calling it on commentary, is like Makhachev just couldn't get the double leg on Dustin.
It's too obvious, man. It's too obvious. That's right.
And then the single leg is like, as the fight went on, Dustin found a better way to defend the single leg, because the single leg was what kept him getting the takedown. And then middle of that's when obviously then you can hear the cornerman from ATT was just like, listen, stay off the fence, because your takedown defense in the middle of the octagon is good.
Yeah,
he was right. And then fifth round, just when you thought that they're not going to get the takedown, he does that pick, swings his body. And you got to remember, this like fifth round, they're knackered, swings his body. Then that dash choke was so tight that the fact that by the time he tapped, he passed out.
Yeah, man. Yeah. That snap down that Islam has is ridiculous, man.
Oh, man.
Do you know what's really impressive about Islam as well? He doesn't show all of his tools straight away. He doesn't show all of his, like, he gives you some, if he's got, it's like if he's got a pack of cards, he's not going to show you all 52 cards. He'll show you some of them. And in the fourth and fifth round, you could almost sense the desperation from Khabib. Like, you got to take this guy down.
Yeah.
Like, make sure you win this round, because, we'll get into that weird decision with Paulo Costa and Sean Strickland. He probably saw that and he thought, what the fuck, man? You can't make this go to the judges' decision.
Some judges had it 2-2 going into the fifth.
That's madness. I genuinely thought it was 3-1 to Islam, and it's possibly 4, man. Like, really.
That's how crazy because the fourth round, I edged it to Dustin, but I wouldn't be mad if they gave it to Islam at the same time.
Yeah, because Islam still got a takedown. He was still pressuring forward. He still got octagon control, and the strikes were even as well. So it's like, you can't.
It's a pick 'em round.
You know what I mean? Fifth round comes in, Islam's like, I'm not down, but I don't want to be comfortable. And then he just pulls that out of the bag, man. What in the fuck, man? Like, that guy is next level. I don't feel like anyone at lightweight is gonna beat him. Sorry, Charles Oliveira fans. I'm sorry. I'm sorry, Arman Sarukian fans. I'm sorry, Justin Gaethje fans. He's not gonna lose, man.
I don't. Sarukian one. Let's.
I don't know, man.
Do you know what? After I saw what Sarukian done with Charlie Olives, that one is that's done. Charlie Olives, I think now either go to welterweight and have some fun fights, or is a techie one for Charlie Olives, because I think as long as Islam's champion, Charlie Olives is not getting a belt. I think he can beat Arman if he adjusts his tactics, but he's not being Islam. That's for sure. That's true. Arman is literally the last hope at lightweight at beating Islam, and he's an incredible hope at that. He might be the Luke Skywalker to Islam's Darth Vader, but we'll see.
What a reference.
But it's just gonna be interesting, because obviously they have history as well, and it was a tight fight when Islam first Arman Sarukian, but Islam in the 5th round, like you said, I like the fact of urgency, because he could have been comfortable. The fact that Khabib was telling him no, like you was alluding to, Khabib was just like, go for it. Do not coast, go for it. And I remember a long time ago, some of the people from AKA were saying, like, listen, you think Khabib is good, Islam might be better, and they might be right. I think it's the well-roundedness of Islam.
I disagree, now.
His wrestling, no, don't get me wrong. His wrestling, his pure wrestling isn't as good as Khabib. Khabib was more like, I'm going to maul you and you can't stop me. Whereas Islam is more like, his grappling is high level, not as high as Khabib, but still high level. But he's well-rounded enough to the facts where it's just like, crap, if it's not the body locks and judo trips he's going to hit me with, he can still knock me out. Whereas Khabib was just like, you knew what was coming for you, but you couldn't stop it. So it's like two sides of the same coin.
Definitely. I mean, I'd say Khabib was 100% a specialist, like a specialist.
For sure.
And then you've got Islam, who's, I wouldn't say he's not a specialist, but he's more well-rounded.
I think he started off as specialist, and he started off as specialist, and now is becoming well-rounded by the fights.
Maybe people are just getting better, man, because I feel like when Khabib was fighting, I feel like it's probably that, in fact, because the 3 guys that Khabib beat, it was a few years ago, they've arguably gone better in skills. Maybe not Conor, but he beat Conor handedly.
No. But
what we need Justin to do handedly, beat Dustin handedly.
No, but remember, Dustin had his opportunity against Khabib as well. Let's not forget that 2nd round. And then obviously Justin Gaethje, another one, he had a brilliant fight against Khabib, and I think Khabib even said 1 or 2 more leg kicks, he was done. But one thing I know, obviously, because of his persona now, and everyone's forgotten, Conor's fight against Khabib was like, Conor put up a valiant effort, and it was the third round he won against Khabib. Conor put a valiant effort despite his antics. So I know some people sometimes look at Khabib's lightweight record because he didn't go on for long enough, and because it's kind of like, he was here for a good time, not a long time. But I give kudos to those wins, because that's against a double champion Conor, that's against one of the most violent fighters ever in Justin Gaethje, and that's against one of the best ever at lightweight with Dustin. For me, Dustin Poirier is top 5 lightweight. I don't care what no one says.
Moving forward, interesting matchup. Islam kind of called out your boy, man, Leon Edwards.
But I hear it, man.
What do you think about that, man?
Listen, I get what Islam's coming from, because I think for him, if he clears lightweight, I think, do you know what I like about Islam? He knows what he's doing by not calling out Arman. He's doing it on purpose. Everyone's just like, oh, you got Arman. He knows he's got Arman Sarukian next, but I think him and Arman have this weird tension where it's just like, obviously Arman's whole thing was, I had 2 weeks notice on that fight, and it was a split decision, where Islam's thing is like, I was going to beat you regardless. And I like that tension, and I think we are going to see a different side of both fighters, an intensity that we still haven't seen yet, which I like. Because Arman's got this attitude of, now that I'm getting my shot properly, I'm literally gonna take you out, and he's got the performances to prove it. And Islam is going on this, like, you know, this streak right now where it's just like no one at lightweight is beating me. So I like the fact that, yeah, he premised it. The way I heard that call out was, if I beat Arman next, there's literally no one left for me at lightweight, because as much as everyone used to complain about, oh, you know, the top guys only face the top guys, when the other competition had their chance to step up, you know, Poirier sent BSD back down.
Yeah.
He was Justin Gaethje sent Fasayev back down. Like, these men weren't ready. They were not ready. Who did I don't really count him as the new crop, but obviously Charlie Olives beat Darush as well.
Yeah.
So it's just
he's old for sure, man.
Yeah, yeah. That's why I said I couldn't count him. But the point being is, when people try to complain about that, about those, that's how good that division is. Because people try to complain, oh, the top guys only face each other. They don't want to face anyone else. It's like, no, they are better than you.
Yeah, exactly. It's a different story, man.
You. That top, you know, that like Islam, Dustin, Justin Gaethje, that top three is so much ahead of the division that you lot can complain about, oh, you know, you guys don't have a fight down, or you don't want to give any other opportunities. You're not good enough just yet. So I understand why Islam's just like, yeah, let me move up, because after Arman, I feel like the field needs to reset a bit and build itself up again. But that's just how good the lightweights is. And I feel like if he does beat Arman, he deserves it. If he beats Arman handedly as well, let him have his shot at welterweight. Am I still going to go for my guy Leon? Yeah, absolutely right. However, Leon obviously has to face Bilal next, who I think he should beat. He's got Bilal, he's got Shavkat. So, you know, Islam's got some time to wait before Leon's schedule clears up. And staying in the now, Islam versus Arman, that is the fight to make. That's the fight I'm looking forward to, and I'm interested to see how that goes down.
100%, man. 100%. That is 100% the fight to make, and I feel like Arman, he's got the skills and tools to actually beat Islam. I just feel like after that performance, Islam's mentality, his skill set, everything is just next level about that guy, man. You know, the aura is unbelievable. But moving forward, co-main event, Sean Strickland versus Paulo Costa. God, what a shit fight, man. It's such a boring fight. I did not find that entertaining whatsoever. Hey, here's a question for you, Ray. Why is Sean Strickland fans so deluded into thinking that every fight that he's going to be in is an absolute war? And it just ends up being a jab decision fest, man, every single time.
Man, the page, I actually respect Sean Strickland, because he has growled up the patriotism so much that people do not see. The blood and guts fighter that he cries to be is not who he is. He is a very defensively sound fighter, which I respect and I rate. Yeah. But it's just funny how people like Bilal Muhammad get stick, even though Bilal Muhammad has had, out of the two, who's had a more recent finish? Bilal has.
Bilal, yeah, he's finished.
This is what makes me laugh when people try to go, oh, Bilal's this, Bilal's that.
No. Actually, sorry, hold on. Sean had the more recent finish. He finished a guy recently, Abus Magomedov, but it's not like a high level guy, man. We're talking about someone who just entered the UFC.
Wait. I'll need to check the date on that. But regardless, my thing is the stick that people try to give Bilal Muhammad. Just say you don't like him and keep him moving. Like, the forced hate that Bilal gets is annoying, is stupid.
Let's be honest, it's low-key racist, man.
It is.
I think it's racist, and I think it's centered around this Palestinian thing.
Yeah, we've had this conversation a long time of like how this insidious a lot of the MMA fan base has grown to be, and just like the undertones of like discrimination, it's just stupid. And I think because, you know, for some fans, I think they feel like, oh well, it's like, I like this one Russian guy, so I can't be like racist or xenophobic. And it's just like, no, you liking the anomaly is not the rule. Just because you might like one Russian fighter and then you're saying disparaging things about all the other Russian fighters because of their nationality or ethnicity and not because of their fighting skills, you're still a piece of shit. You are still a piece of shit. You just happen to like one person. That doesn't make you not a piece of shit because you like one person from that ethnicity and you dislike everyone else. Like, no, you're still a piece of shit. But that's a whole nother conversation of undertones in the MMA fan base. But yeah, like Sean Strickland, he's used patriotism to mask his fighting style, which, you know what, promotional wise, kudos to him, because this guy loves a jab and teep. And I
oh
respect,
my god, man!
if I
see that again, bro, I swear to God, man. And it's like, how are you like what I don't understand, Ray? Yeah, and you know, you can correct me if I'm wrong here because I have not competed, but just looking at it logically, you've got opponents here that know he's gonna throw a fucking jab and teep. Yeah, just do a heavy camp in Thailand and then Costa kind of had some early success with the leg kicks, but other than that, it's like he fights the same, man. Can't you guys adjust?
Well, this is what we were saying in the group chat. One thing I'll give Sean Strickland credit for, when it comes to checking kicks, he's brilliant. He is brilliant. Like, Costa came out the gates kicking, and then after that, you see Sean always like he'll fake the teep or he'll be ready to check a kick. He was just ready, and I think my issue is more with Paulo Costa because my issue is more with the middleweight division. There are so many for the way we were speaking about the lightweight division and how like crazy and dynamic and how well-rounded the lightweight division is.
Yeah.
The middleweight division is full of so many specialists, especially at the top. It is so annoying because Strickland's very striking centered. Izzy, as great as he is, and he's one of the middleweight goats, very striking centered. Then you got other people where it's just like they just might be grappling
wrestling, pure wrestling.
Yeah. And it's like, for me, Whitaker is the only well-rounded fighter.
Dricus I would say as well. Like, he's not great.
No, it's just one thing about Dricus, he's absolutely sloppy. Pause. However, the sloppiest, but pause. I didn't even like the way I said that.
He makes it into a bar brawl, man, 100%.
But what I respect is a fighter knowing who they are and making it work for them. That's who Dricus is. Dricus is not pretty. He knows that by himself. And that is a good thing because sometimes in life, you cannot deviate from what gets you the win. And I feel like with Dricus, that's what helps him. For me, after this whole fiasco, I'm just like, give Strickland, if it was up to me, and like I said, I've got love for Izzy. I want to see Izzy win all of this stuff.
Yeah.
I would rather see Whitaker first DDP for the title, just because I want someone who's well-rounded with the title, or give Sean Strickland Robert Whitaker next, because I think Robert Whitaker is, if there's a guy to undo what Strickland's done, it'll be Robert Whitaker. Man. He's well-rounded.
Honestly, Sean Strickland for me, and I don't mind him I don't even mind him, but I just feel like he's done so much fucking damage to this middleweight division because him winning this title, Izzy, what good has it done, man? Really?
No, I don't even mind that. No, I like the chaos of it because if you've gone in there and earned it, you've gone in there and earned it. Simple. Yeah. And I feel like it was a culmination of different things because
he beat up the tide, Izzy, man. Let's be honest. Yeah, I don't want to get excuses for him.
But Izzy still took that fight. And I remember saying that in the group chat at the time when everyone's just like, oh my gosh, I wish more fighters were like Izzy. And I said, what Izzy's doing is not normal and it will lead to burnout because the body cannot physically fight at a high championship rate at that level. And people got to realize as well, when you're doing fight camps back to back, you're not learning new things. You're just drilling what you already know and drilling what you're going to do in a fight. You're not actually learning and getting better. And this is, I remember the genius of Faraz Sahabi and George St. Pierre, when people used to complain, oh, George doesn't fight as much as this and third. And I remember Faraz Sahabi was just like, so when is George going to have time to learn to add new tools if he's just constantly in camp? And I feel like that's happened with Izzy, where you're constantly in camp. your body takes a battering. Izzy really pulled out as well. So it was just like, as amazing as it was, I knew like this isn't sustainable. And Sean fought Izzy at the right time, not taking any away from Sean, because he went there, he fought the fight he needed to fight. And I think with Izzy, what I'd like to see from him, as much as he likes being an exciting striker, to become more well-rounded, because I know he's got a skill set for it. And he showed glimpses of it in the first Pereira fight as well. And I
mean, he got taken down by Pereira as well. So
yeah, but listen, Pereira's a massive dude. Like
he's a massive fucking
Pereira
guy.
didn't even need to have the best of technique to take people down. He was just like, when you're that massive, like he just needs to move forward and everyone gets gravitated, pulled down by him. So, but yeah, the middleweight division is a bit of danger right now. And honestly, Robert Whittaker might be the hero. Matt, what's the phrase? It might not be the hero that you want, but for me,
it's the hero that
Robert
you need,
Whittaker's the hero that we need. And because I can't even say Hamzat no more, because you know my annoyance with how like the whole Hamzat situation.
I mean, hey, look, they're fighting, man. They're fighting next month, man.
Fighting,
so that's going to be a big.
Because Hamzat can't enter the US, it's kind of like, is he really going to get a title shot?
Yeah, I think so, because they'll
Whittaker, he deserves it. However, so what's going to happen every single time he defends the title? It's going to have to be abroad, which I wouldn't mind. I just don't know if the UFC
the US. No, Hamzat can come into the US.
No, I think he's having trouble. That's why.
That's I didn't know that.
That's what I've heard. Like he's having trouble getting to the US. That's why he's always had like. Obviously, we've complained about why doesn't he get booked enough. And then apparently that might be part of the reason, because he's having trouble getting in the US. Because when was the last time he fought in the US? It's always like Abu Dhabi and like, the whole middleweight division's a mess right now. And I think Robert Whittaker might be the only person to fix it at the moment.
What do you do with both of these men going forward? So what do you do with with Sean Strickland? Personally, I'd like to see the rematch with Jared Cannonier. That'd be a good one.
Oh, that would be a good fight.
What do you think?
I would definitely like that, because I feel like Cannonier is the guy to push Strickland to do something different.
Yeah,
but then it's like Cannonier's got a fight coming up, but I need him to put an exclamation mark on the fight and then be vocal for Strickland and call him out by name, because Strickland, right, understandably, is like, I'm number one. I'll wait for middleweight division fight. Sorry, I'll wait for the title. So if Cannonier can put emphasis on his win and then say Strickland on a thing of, I'm the only one to beat you, and if you really are who you say you are, come and beat me, come and beat me and get your win back.
Yeah.
That is what I'd like to hear from Cannonier, but he needs to turn into that person. And then as for Paulo Costa, just have fun fights, man. At this point,
is he rematch?
Oh no, I don't know. Put him in fun fights, because he's not ready for the title. Just put. I don't understand. Man. I don't know if he wants to be a striker, because some of his gimmick is annoying, but he is entertaining. So at this point, it's just like, just put him in fun fights. Put him in fun fights. Just be there to. And I think the UFC needs to do this as well. Cater to more guys that don't want to fight for the title and just want to have fun fights. Sometimes I don't care if, there's a fighter that doesn't want to go for the title. Like, they shouldn't be punished by making them fight, like number one contenders or feeding them to like the next crop. Sometimes, no, just give us fun fights of guys that just want to bang out. And I think like Costa's entered that realm of like, just give him fun fights, man. Like,
definitely. Yeah, I think Costa versus
he's not going to mix it up to be a top guy, so just give him fun fights.
Yeah, Costa versus Vettori again. That would be pretty fun. Do that again, but this time at middleweight. Don't make it at light heavyweight.
Meathead first meathead. I like that.
Yeah,
that is an absolute meathead fest.
The Goonies versus Ricky Martin, bro.
Yeah. Juice up Ricky Martin is hilarious. Unless Paulo Costa wants to go try himself at 205, so he doesn't have to keep on cutting weight. I don't know. I'm intrigued to see what's like Paulo Costa's ground game like, because he's shown that before it's like he relied on being a good striker, but then when it's like his striking failed him, it was almost like there's no plan B. So I'm intrigued. Like, does he not have a ground game?
That's what I mean. He's a Brazilian jiu-jitsu black belt. I mean, I know that, you know, there's different varying degrees of black belts, but mate, like, come on, man, go for a takedown. Do you know what I mean? Mix it up. You'd think so. You'd think he'd do that against Sean Strickland as well. Like, why not mix it up,
Especially
man?
the way that Sean Strickland was pressuring guys for that. Because this is the annoying thing about Sean Strickland's style. He is so good at pressing forward, but he doesn't cut off the ring.
Yeah. He doesn't circle to the right or the left.
He doesn't cut off. He just goes straight. Like, there's no movement when he like circles in around. You get what I'm saying? It's just straight like that.
Do you think that could be a tactic though? Because he knows he's not a knockout artist, right?
Yeah.
And he knows backing someone up is going to tire them out. Maybe he doesn't mind them just backing up the whole time.
That's actually a good point, and I wouldn't even be upset. It's just the lack of prep, it seems, from other guys facing him to not up with him. Apart from, to be fair, we're saying that Dricus mixed up with him, and look what he done. Exactly.
That's what I mean. He came prepared, man, and that's why he's the champion. You know, he came prepared.
As much as Sean likes to cry that he was robbed, I look back here. Dricus, I'm glad Dricus won. He's a complete dickhead, and I hope he gets knocked out. But like, Dricus deserved that. And do you know what? Actually, I'm going all the way rogue, man. If they're not gonna do the fight in South Africa, let Whitaker first Dricus, man. I don't care about Izzy first Dricus, man. That should have been in South Africa. What the heck are we doing this in Australia for?
That's true.
Because I hate when people going, oh, but it's a home fight for Izzy. He resides in New Zealand. He don't even, like, you saw them booing.
He's not Australian for sure.
Yeah, like, and the funny thing is like, people don't realize, they're like, oh, Izzy gets booed on his home turf in Australia. It's not his home turf. It's like fighting it's like being from the UK. Sorry, no, it's like someone being from Ireland, making them fight in the UK, and some ignorant person keeps on going, oh, but you're on your home ground. It's like, no. Ireland is Ireland, the UK is the UK. The same way Australia is Australia and New Zealand is New Zealand. They're two different entities. They have their own, like, you know, friendly rivalry themselves. Why the hell do we keep on acting like Izzy's Australian? He's not. And
it's the average MMA intelligence, isn't it?
It's, the dumbest, like, it's just infuriating how thick some people are. We're not even asking you to be geniuses, but like, just use your head. But
definitely, man. Definitely.
I don't. Yeah, listen, man. Give Robert Whitaker the title shot, man. I'm sick and tired of, like, if we're not going to get Dricus versus Izzy in South Africa, give me Dricus versus Whitaker, man.
Love to hear it, man. But hey, UFC 302 was a wrap, guys. It wasn't the greatest. It wasn't the worst. It was pretty all right. But look, it's a wrap. It's done. Islam is probably going to go to welterweight, and then we're going to have some exciting matchups.
Oh no, Arman first. Arman first. Arman first. But shout out my guy. You know how I feel about Dustin Poirier. That's I've always got love for him. What a career! If it is his final fight, what a career to Dustin, man. I love him. He's like fighter, one of the best well-rounded guys. That's entertaining. And I hope he goes into the sunset like in peace, and he doesn't feel the need to come back at a later point. I hope he just, like, if this is it, let it be it. Apart from, if Conor loses and Conor wants that full fight, take that cash out, man.
Yeah,
but that's a conversation.
You're not going to say no to about $20-30 million, are you, man?
I don't know if that's how much you get, but
oh man, like, if it's a Conor full match, surely, man, surely. Come on, that's ridiculous.
That'd be a good bag, but that's the next pay-per-view, isn't it?
Yeah.
I hope Conor knocks out Chandler. He leaves that brown nose.
We'll definitely do it.
I hope MVP stops the hype train of Ian Gary, and I hope that Conor sleeps Chandler.
Hey, to be continued, man. But hey, look, man, Ray, tell us a little bit about where the folks can find you. Plug anything that you like to plug. By the way, the last few boxing podcasts done really well, man. You guys are killing it on that front. Just tell the folks a little bit about that, man, before we head on out of here.
Yeah, like tune into the boxing podcast on the Calf Kick channel. Name still to be confirmed, but
It
yeah,
doesn't
we're
matter.
working on it. So yeah, keep tuning in if you love that. And then we've also got our own content at Stay Weighed In via iBoxing Hub on YouTube. So go check that out. I don't have any direct socials, so go check out iHub Boxing Media. No, just iHub Boxing. But yeah, check that out and listen, like, subscribe, share, Calf Kick Sports. Tune in our content, MMA, Tim's content on kickboxing, me and Abbas doing boxing. We're doing the whole, we're being well-rounded. So tune in and we'll catch you guys next time.